Well, hello, pile one. If you chose the Charoite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be looking at messages from your ex. Whether you're looking for closure, whether you're trying to figure out if there's still a chance between you guys, whatever the issues are, we're just going to tap into their higher self and your higher self and kind of get in a reading of the energy between your guys' relationship. Even though you may not physically be together, we'll still see if there's any kind of a soul connection and what kind of energy is still there. And then, we'll channel some messages to see what they have to say to you, okay? All right. So first we're going to get kind of the overall energy of your guys's relationship. And we have codependency and broken binds. Okay. So one of you is certainly overly invested in the relationship more so than the other. Okay. And we'll do some more cards here to see if we can figure out who is who. You probably already know the answer to that question, but sometimes the cards reflect it. And then we've got some tarot here where we're going to look at your guys' energy as it is right now, kind of going more into depth into that, okay? We've got the Four of Pentacles. Let's see. The Queen of Swords reversed. Six of Wands reversed. The Ten of Swords reversed. And then you got the Five of Swords upright. So there's definitely a lot of pain and conflict here. But we'll talk about these cards more in depth. Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles. And the saying on it says, I trust I'm always safe and protected. And this is not actually how. This is how you want to feel. You want to feel safe and protected in the relationship, but you didn't. There's definitely some indication that your guard was up. And this person didn't really do a good job of having your back. They didn't do a good job of protecting you. They didn't do a good job of standing up for you. There may have been even some gossip about you on their part, spreading rumors, just talking about your guys' experience to people whose business it was none of their business to be talking about you. Could have even been maybe some possible gaslighting. That's kind of a little bit on the extreme side, might be true for some of you. If there wasn't gossiping, though, there definitely is a sense that this person didn't have your back the way that they should have, and you didn't feel safe and or protected in the relationship. And I even want to say valued. You didn't feel valued in the relationship. Then the Six of Wands reversed is just kind of, you had every reason to be put on a pedestal, but you weren't. And whatever achievements you may have had, you felt like maybe they were minimized in this person's eyes. Or maybe they just had a hard time really celebrating your victories. And I'm even getting a sense that maybe they minimized your victories and overinflated, or maybe even downright lied about some of your flaws. That's the gaslighting coming in too. The Ten of Swords reversed is kind of a better card coming up. I mean, the Ten of Swords is, if you look at the traditional tarot, it's somebody that's laying on their back and they got 10 swords piercing them from their head all the way down, to their legs. But reversed, it means that the clouds are breaking. Swords is mental energy. So maybe you've gained some clarity about this relationship that kind of help you put things into perspective so that it's not hurting you as much, possibly. If not, this energy is, is wrapping up so that you will gain that clarity, or you will be able to put things in a proper perspective so that that desperation, that devastation, there's the word, the devastation isn't so acute if you're still going through that, okay? The Five of Swords is all about conflict and struggle and comparison, wondering where you measure up, using, what's that word, like when you're fighting, using underhanded tactics to get the upper hand, possibly even. Okay, so there's a lot of conflict in your guys' energy, and it's still there. Okay, the energy, I don't see. There's not a lot of promising indicators here, but let's look at what some more information on your guys' connection. Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Did somebody step out beyond the boundaries of the relationship? Serial dater, serial cheater, whether they did it multiple times or not. This definitely shows that they had a hard time picking or choosing, and maybe they still are having a hard time choosing. And this is more about protective energy again. But this also is a very clearing stone. Selenite is a very clearing and cleansing stone. And so it feels like this person is wanting to clear the air about something in a relationship. So if you guys are not in contact, don't be surprised if they reach out very soon. I can't take this silence any longer. Okay. They're going to be calling you about something, or getting into contact about something. Don't be surprised. Thank you for being you. So maybe that might be what they're wanting to talk about. Maybe, in this separation, they've come to find some of the errors of their ways. Now, whether or not that apology is going to mend everything for you, where you may want a reconciliation, is completely up to you. But in this energy that's up here before, where I see this person wasn't really good at standing up for you, not having your back, not protecting you, not making you feel safe, maybe even criticizing, but definitely, I want to say undercutting. Yeah, there's the undercutting is here in here. So they're definitely experiencing some remorse about the way that they treated you, all right? And so I have a feeling they're going to be calling pretty soon. And don't play me like a fool, okay? That makes me wonder if you finally pulled the plug, or maybe they left and you finally cut all contact, and the fact that you're doing that is getting under their skin for some reason. I don't have a very good vibe about this, to be honest. All right, let's see what else these say. It says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Children, your love life is being affected by children, and this could be actual children, like maybe you and your partner have children together. This could be referencing your inner children, their inner child and your inner child. And then finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe he's struggling, or one of you or both of you are struggling with something financially, and it's making it difficult. It's another factor playing in the separation of your relationship. It says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So what I'm hearing here is, if they reach out, especially if this is something that you've never experienced with them before. Go ahead and hear what they have to say, as long as it doesn't put you in any kind of harm's way, obviously. You know, this is a general reading. If they didn't have any history of you know, extreme abuse or anything like that, or any abuse, if there's no history of any kind of abuse in this relationship, and they reach out, you know, and you feel safe to do so, definitely hear them out and see what they have to say. As far as the children goes, if this is not speaking about the children between you, like actual physical children between you and your significant, you know, your ex, then this is talking about some inner child work that needs to be done. Some healing of the inner child on both sides if this relationship is going to work, okay? And then as far as finances and career being an issue or a factor in your love life right now, I don't really get any indication as far as like how or when this is going to be resolved. But I'm guessing you know what this is talking about, and you probably already know what needs to be done or what should be done in this area, okay? All right, you guys, well, that was your reading as far as messages from your ex goes. If you enjoyed or you gained any value from this reading, please click that thumbs up button, share and subscribe. Help me get this video out there. I should say this channel. All right, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, Pile 2, this is your reading if you picked the Sodalite, the Sunset Sodalite, excuse me. We're going to be checking out some messages from your ex, looking at the connection between you two, kind of see where everything is at, okay? All right. Now, the first card that we have here is called Love Answers Oracle deck, and this is going to give us an idea of kind of a general theme for this reading, all right? You are the prize. All right, so that's I feel really good about that. Obviously, your ex knows that exactly as the card says, you are the prize. No matter what went on in the relationship, if you felt maybe neglected, if you felt like you were always being put on the back burner, that doesn't have anything to do with your worthiness or your deservability to be, you know, to be put on a pedestal, okay? You are to be put on a pedestal. Your ex knows this. They recognize this and they acknowledge this about you, okay? So now we're going to look at some tarot cards, and it's going to give us more of a deep dive into your guys' connection. Here we have the Five of Cups. It says, I will move forward when the time is right. Okay, let's pull some more. The Two of Swords reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed. The Four of Swords reversed. There's a lot of mental chatter going on with this person. And then the Two of Wands reversed. A lot of being stuck in the details. Definitely somebody that has a hard time just being present in the moment. There's just a lot going on with this person. I don't know if it's because maybe they've got a busy job, they got a lot going on, you know, they got a lot going on with kids. This is just a really hectic time, it feels like, in their life. And if it's not so much circumstances, this is like their general energetic signature. Like they're too much in the details, they've got their energy invested too much somewhere else to be fully present in a relationship with you, okay? And so, in this right here, where it says, I will move forward when the time is right, yeah, in the actual No, so the what I'm seeing is somebody that's kind of like really standing their ground with their, shoulders crossed, like they're not going to budge. They're going to move when the time is right for them, regardless of what anybody else wants, needs, or thinks. Okay. A Two of Swords says, whatever I decide, I trust in the outcome. And that being reversed is basically the opposite. They're having a really hard time just letting go and being in the moment. They're having a hard time trusting in, so they're basically feeling in between, and they're not in a good space about it. Okay, whatever this is about, maybe there's a transition going on in their family, a transition going on in their workspace, something's going on where they're kind of in the middle of a transition, and they're not at peace with it at all. All right, and so the Knight of Wands reversed. This person is definitely someone who has a hard time letting go and just having fun. They get too stuck on the details. I get a feeling they really feel trapped, maybe possibly overworked, overburdened, overwhelmed. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of mental chatter from this person, just a lot going on in their heads. The Four of Swords is all about rest, but when it's reversed, they're resisting it. They got way too much stuff to do. They can't rest. This is what they're telling themselves. They can't rest. I'm getting that in their mind, they don't have time for a relationship. They don't have the available time to invest in a relationship right now. That would just be another burden. And then we have the Two of Wands reversed, and this is just someone that is way overly focused on, like I said, the details, but they're also crazy about planning, making plans and to-do lists and needing things to go a certain way, and maybe even not having the ability to really cement down. Like they might be really good about being very clear on what it is they want in one area, but when it comes to another area, it's like they're a completely different person. Like, for instance, in business, maybe they're really good about setting goals and making plans and setting dates and appointments and blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to relationships or romantic dates and stuff, they drop the ball all the time. All the time. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? All right, we got some more oracle cards here. Here we have Dances on One Foot. And this is all about balancing. I really feel like they're they're really bad at juggling. And they don't want to. They don't want to juggle. So they're saying, I'm not a juggler. I can handle two things. I've got one ball, and I got one ball in one hand and one ball in the other. I don't have any more hands for anything else to juggle. We'll say plates, because anyway, my mind's in the gutter. They got one plate for each hand. They only have two plates because they only have two hands. They're not going to juggle. In other words, anything else, they got time for two priorities in their life. It could be, school and work, work and kids, family and social, I don't know. But it's like, to them at this point in life, they're not willing to juggle a relationship with everything that they've got going on. All right, let's pull some more oracle cards. Lemurian Quartz. And this is all about needing to pull back from hyper focusing on all of the details. Maybe this person is a super details oriented person, and that's exactly why they have all this mental chatter going on. And this is kind of the energy of pulling back away from that and looking at the bigger picture. Because if you look at the bigger picture, you know, each and every tiny little leaf on every tiny little tree isn't going to overwhelm you, right? And that's exactly what this person does. They hyper focus on the details. So this, I know this is the energy they wish they had, but this is something they're needing to work on. Okay, now the next 3 cards are going to be direct messages from your ex to you, okay? Oh, I owe you an apology. Okay. Let's see. Hidden fears and insecurities are blocking our connection. Or maybe that's what they're thinking they owe you an apology about. And I'm working on me right now. Okay, yeah. And that's pretty much the consensus I'm getting from this reading. It's pretty much all about them. They're simply, in the easiest terms to understand it as possible, they're not ready. They're not ready for a relationship, okay? And as far as like the hidden fears and insecurities go, they're hidden. So they're not aware of these. They're subconscious, okay? But that's more their higher self letting you know that's what was blocking the connection. Okay, your person, your ex is not aware of these fears. That's what subconscious means. It's below the awareness of the conscious mind. But so their higher self is wanting to let you know that that's a large part of what is blocking you guys from being able to have, you know, to be together. All right, now we have, so this is kind of like an outcome, or, you know, kind of these oracle cards are going to be kind of like their parting message for the reading, okay? These are the last 3. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So I'm getting a message from them that they're basically giving you their blessing to move on. All right? And if you're thinking that this person is your soulmate, they're telling you you're going to be surprised at who your soulmate is. To keep an open mind, all right? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, okay? And the last one is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And I don't feel that they're not attracted to you. And as far as like the chemistry part, I think it's more, like I said, there's not enough. How do we put this? There's not enough value in having a relationship in general with this person that they're willing to throw it in to the ring and juggle. They're not willing to juggle. That's pretty much where they're at right now. They, you know, as far as priority goes, you know, maybe they are open to dating other people. They do not want anything too serious. They don't want anything too committed. They don't want anything right now, because their sole focus is on 1 or 2 areas of their life, okay? So that concludes your messages from your ex. If this reading helped you, if it added value to you at all, please hit thumbs up, share and subscribe. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. Love you lots. Hi, pile 3. This is your reading. If you picked the fire agate, we're going to be pulling some messages from your ex today and looking at your connection. Okay, we're going to see what might possibly come of that. Be it reconciliation or not. We'll see what the energy is reading, okay? All right, so the first card I have is kind of an overarching theme for the reading. From Love Answers Oracle deck. And it says that you are stronger than you think. And so if you're having a really rough time with this breakup, with this separation, the urge and the suggestion is here to, you know, do your best to step out of the pain and into your power. Okay, there's a really kind of a push for you, if you're not already doing it, to use the pain that is coming from this breakup and this separation, as a means for healing, to rediscover your power. Okay, so whatever triggers, whatever hurt, whatever is being triggered from this relationship, use that. Okay, that's simply kind of like a guidepost to point you in the direction of where you need to do your healing. All right. Okay, so next up we have some tarot cards here that's going to give me an idea of your connection your connection just overall. Okay. All right, so we have, first card out is the World. And the World is all about completion. This is the very last card in the major arcana. Okay, so definitely, and this is almost like soulmate energy. Maybe this is a karmic connection, and it's showing kind of like a completion of maybe a soul contract or something. Okay, let's see what the rest of the cards say. The King of Swords, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. And quite possibly that's what this is helping you to do, but I'll get a more general feel of the direction these cards are going in. The King of Wands reversed. Definitely some doubts as to, one's capabilities, one's just overall doubt about one's own abilities to pursue their passion. The Three of Wands. I have the energy I need to realize my goals, and this also talks about clarity, being clear on what it is you want to manifest. And then we have the Eight of Wands reversed, and so there is a lot of flurry of activity going on, but there's not really any real direction as to where this energy is going as far as this is concerned. Now upright, it's still a lot of flurry of activity, but the wands are directed. Okay, they're directed somewhere. There's an aim, but when they're reversed, there's no direction. There's no direction to the energy. Okay, so definitely it seems like the completion of the cycle kind of kicked off quite a bit. Kind of like a cascading effect of a lot of energy, because there's a lot of wand and fire energy here. So I think this whole thing was meant to catapult you into a creative time. You're really meant to use this breakup, this separation, as fuel. Fuel for what? Fuel for healing. Fuel to rediscover your passions. Outside of a relationship, who are you outside of a relationship? Rediscover who you are, what you like, what you want to do, what you want to pursue, and really just build that passion around you and not so much the other person. And maybe inside of this relationship, maybe you felt like you didn't have a lot of the power, and now you're being guided to find that out now. To find out how powerful you are as an individual rather than being as part of a couple. And that's part of possibly the soul contract here. There is definitely, I'm definitely getting a karmic connection of some kind. I don't know if it's soulmate, if it's twin flame or anything like that, but I am picking up that the two of you have been in at least one previous past life together. And, the cycle, whatever contract you two incarnated here with, is completed. Okay? So, the good news about that is if for whatever reason the two of you reconcile, that means you're not going to repeat the same pattern. It's going to be a whole new kind of relationship in a good way, okay? If the two of you come together. That doesn't necessarily mean that you will come together again. That's just letting you know that the contract between the two of you, that karma between the two of you is gone in a good way. So there's not going to be any more repeating patterns after this. And this is actually, I believe, probably in relationships in general, okay, for you. And next we have the cosmic wound, the divine feminine. Oh, wow. So things are really, really fertile for you right now, energetically speaking. And this could actually be talking about fertility in terms of actually having a baby. But if that's not even anything you're thinking about right now, this is just letting you know with the completion of here that the universe is yours. You pretty much are open to create any kind of life that you want. And this is going back to the power here that you are stronger than you think. This is huge, huge, beautiful, beautiful message. And next we have Rhodonite. So Rhodonite is a beautiful, beautiful stone that corresponds with the heart chakra and love. And it talks about, you know, of course, like rose quartz, having compassion, you know, self-love and all of that stuff. But it's a little bit more firm in terms of setting boundaries. Okay, so again, it's reaffirming, yes, you're stronger than you think. And in terms of relationships and self-love, and definitely taking time out to honor who you are. Definitely putting a strong, strong focus on self-care. Okay, self-care, definitely. All right, so the next 3 oracle cards are going to be plain, straight-up messages from your ex. Okay, specifically from their higher self. All right. It says your gold, baby, pure gold. So they definitely know your worth. Okay. And they're very aware of your power. Okay, now, like I said, this is coming from their higher self. So whether or not, you know, this person is connected to their higher self, their avatar could be, you know, could be treating you very differently than this. Okay. That doesn't mean that subconsciously, at least, your ex knows who you are. Okay, they know that you're gold, you glitter, you shine, you sparkle, and they know that you're stronger than you think. Okay. I need to sort things out before I can come to you. So there might be a question as far as a possible reunion in the future on their part. And their higher self is probably saying that this person still has a lot of their own healing and growth to do before they can actually come into any kind of a union with you again. It's you. It's always been you. All right. Well, there's no question about how they feel or your place in their life. I'm really picking up on soulmate vibes here. I'm not really quite sure about twin flame yet. You know, twin flames and soulmates. Yeah. I mean, could they be for your forever person? Quite possibly they could be. Is that going to start now? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of growth and healing on their part that they need to do before they are able to put themselves into a position where they can be with you and treat you the way that you deserve to be treated at this point in time. There is a strong possibility, though, of reunion at some point in the future. I don't know how near that future is. I do suggest not to put your life on hold, though, okay? Definitely do not put your life on hold. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, okay? So I don't, so when this card comes up, I don't necessarily think that take it word for word. It could be that there's not enough magic at this point in time, like the alignment is off between the two of you. Okay. It just could also mean that there's not enough healing between the two of you. That's just, to me, it's more in this particular reading, I'm getting it's misaligned. The two of you are not aligned to be together. Okay. The alignment, the energy simply is not there to keep the relationship going the way it is at this time. Let's see. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning from your life. All right. So there definitely is going to be some kind of a reconciliation at some point in the future. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, so whatever healing is being triggered definitely needs to take place before this reconciliation. Like, the reconciliation is probably going to happen no matter what, but will it stick? That's the question. And so in order for, you know, it's you, it's always been you, in order for this to actually really stick, the two of you, both of you, need to finish the healing journey. Okay? Definitely need to finish the healing journey. It's really up to you whether or not you wait around for them to do their healing. I wouldn't personally wait if it were me. You know, I would go out and build my life and live a juicy life and make new friends and just kind of, you know, date around and see what's out there and stuff like that. But, you know, definitely, you know, listen to your intuition on this one. Okay. All right, you guys, and that's it for your reading. If this reading was valuable for you, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button and like, share, subscribe, and I will be hopefully reading for you again in the near future. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile 4. This is your reading if you picked the green Moonstone. We are going to channel some messages from your ex, specifically their higher self. So we're also going to take a look at your connection, any possibilities, you know, of what might happen between the two of you, whether that might be reconciliation or moving on, what have you. But anyway, let's get right to it. Let's see what's on their mind, okay? Okay, so the first card that we're going to have is going to be a general overarching theme of the two of your guys' connection, or I should say of the reading in general. Okay, so we've got the first card is going to be Love Answers Oracle deck, and we've got Avoiding Intimacy. So it's really quite possible that this person is dealing with what is known as an avoidant attachment. Avoidant attachment. You might want to look that up if you, you know, aren't already familiar with that term. What avoidant attachment is? It's, you know, an attachment system, and they're definitely someone who has a hard time maintaining intimacy. Like, maybe in the very beginning it was all hot and heavy for maybe a few months, up to 3 months or so. It normally, you know, just, and then it just drops off because it's hard for them to maintain that level of intimacy. These people aren't normally ones who are consistent with texting. Like, I know in the beginning they could be, and then all of a sudden, boom, once things started to get serious, that's when it fell off, right? So that's just kind of giving you an overall idea of what's going on with this person, okay? All right, next we got some tarot cards. We're going to look at, let's see, your connection in more detail. So we have the Moon. So it feels like this person definitely hides their true feelings, their true intentions from you. Maybe you're feeling kind of in the dark about things, which doesn't surprise me with this issue right here. Doesn't surprise me at all. Next we have Temperance. Definitely a need for some balance. If this is the quintessential dance between the avoidant and the anxious attachment, then, and you're the anxious attachment person, then you have a tendency to overgive, over-invest, over-initiate, you know, doing too much to try to keep things going. Basically, like, if it wasn't for you, the two of you probably wouldn't communicate at all, type of thing, okay? And there's definitely a need for balance. So there's What's going on right now with this separation is things are being evened out, okay? And with the two major arcana out back to back, this could simply have some idea as to a possible soulmate connection here, okay? Definitely with the karmic connection, so maybe possibly past life stuff going on. Next we have the Eight of Swords. So the blinders are coming off, okay? There was a feeling of maybe being trapped in this relationship, not in the relationship. And this could be this person right here feeling trapped. But it's more of a mental mindset than it is you, but it could be something as simple as, you know, texting too much. Feeling trapped by the phone, you know, it's like they don't want to be tethered to their phone all the time, and so, you know, and it could be feeling trapped by the relationship itself. It definitely could be that. It could just be feeling trapped in their own mind, unable to, you know, just stop putting their, you know, unable to get themselves out of the mental noise in their heads, okay? But the fact that the Eight of Swords is reversed means that those blinders are coming off, that energy is dispersing, and so they're definitely going to be able to see some more clarity coming, and that's definitely going to help with this energy of temperance here with the balance, okay? Yeah. Next we have the Page of Swords. So this person's, yeah, okay, so they're constantly on the defense as far as intimacy goes. They don't like to have their time and their energy encroached upon. Not that you're doing anything wrong, but this is just how people with avoidant attachment are, okay? They get to kind of like a cutoff point when it comes to intimacy within a relationship, and they can't handle anymore. And so they go in defense mode. They deactivate. They shut down. You know, they take care of the detail and they like to stay in control. That's exactly right for somebody with this attachment system, okay? And last we have the King of Wands. So there's some doubt here about their abilities. There's definitely some self-doubt here about their ability to follow through. All right, some doubt about their ability to follow through, probably specifically in the areas of romantic relationships, okay? So there's definitely some issues as far as, you know, they might even have some hidden, deep hidden self-worth issues, and that can come back to the, you know, they may not even be aware of. So that energy is definitely there. All right, what do we have next? The Horseman, Herald of Change. Oh, okay. So it looks like maybe some healing is about to take place. Yeah, let's see what the rest of the cards say. All right, so the next three cards that are coming up are going to be some direct messages, okay, from your ex, from them to you, specifically their higher self, all right? It says, let me go. If I come back, I am yours. I'm all yours. Okay, so they're basically saying, go live your life. Go build yourself a life completely outside of me. Make it a life that you love. Make it a life that you enjoy, and even date. Pull your energy back away from them. I mean, you go to that extent. You go to the extent of actually working towards getting over them. Okay, so it's not just about it's not just that you don't call them, you don't text them or anything like that anymore. It's actually bringing your energy back to yourself in a sense of, you know, if you find yourself constantly thinking about them all the time, you know, you release that energy, because they can still feel that. If you're constantly thinking about them, talking about them, you know, with other people, they can feel and sense that. Okay, the minute you pull your energy off of them, that's when the whole dynamic in the connection, and their energetic connection shifts. Okay, so that's the deal here. They want you essentially not necessarily move on, but they want you to go outside and build a life outside of them. Okay, make new friends, try new things, you know, take up some hobbies you've always wanted to take up, even date, all right? Go on dates, and don't wait around for them, all right? It says it's you, it's always been you. So this is definitely soulmate energy. Their higher self knows who you are in this person's soul journey. And it may take a while for their avatar to actually catch up to that. But their higher self is letting you know, this is what you need to do. Let them go. All right? They know who you are to them in their connection. But in order for this person to heal this issue, you need to completely, fully step back. Completely, fully step back. Move on as if you are trying to move on and not be with them again. Okay, not to say that you never will, but that's how you need to move forward, okay? And then, oh, so this is going to be the outcome of you doing that. They are going to want a commitment. But in order for this to happen, in order for this to be healed, and for them to actually want a full commitment with you, whatever that may entail, whether it's just a lifelong deal, you know, long-term deal, marriage, what have you, moving in, whatever, you got to do this first. And this is kind of like a test for you. This is a test for you. Can you stop texting them? Can you stop reaching out to them? Can you stop stalking their social media pages? Can you stop, you know, checking up on them and keeping tabs on them and stuff like that? Can you do that long enough for this to heal within them? And trust that, you know, all of this will possibly come to pass. Okay? This is in your best interest, whether this person follows through or not, because there's still this part on their side where they have to make the healing. Now, their higher self knows what they came here to do. Now, is it possible that they miss the mark and they don't go through the healing? Yes. Okay, that's part of their path. But you have the greatest chance of this happening if you do this first. Okay? This is so important, you guys. And this is a direct message from their higher self. They're telling you exactly what you need to do. All right? All right, so the last 3 cards that we have of your message is just going to be kind of like a send-off. Just sort of a nightcap, I guess, from your ex. Wow, wedding. This situation involves marriage. Okay, so this is the kind of commitment they're going to want. That's definitely the kind of commitment they want, but they need to miss you first. They need to miss your energy. Right now, if you're constantly texting, stalking them on social media, checking up on them, keeping tabs, even if you're just thinking about them constantly, they're not missing your energy. You're still with them, okay? They can subconsciously pick up on that. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this is something that's going to be happening. Okay, after a period of separation, after a period of you living your life, enjoying your life, making your life nice, full, and juicy without this person in it, it's going to activate the healing within them, and they're going to come chasing after you, and they're going to want to have this heart-to-heart that you've so been craving from them, all right? The last one, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. All right, so this is definitely a soulmate situation. Okay, this is something that your soul's contracted to before you came here now. And, you know, this is a formal deal. Now, whether or not you guys actually have a wedding, there's definitely some formality to this. Definitely, you know, moving in together, having a commitment ceremony type of thing, if not an actual wedding, okay? But I cannot stress this enough. This is not going to happen. This needs to heal before this can ever come to pass, okay? And in order for this to heal, you have to do this. You have to let them go, okay? I know it's a lot easier said than done, you know, and it's just something that's going to have to be worked through every single day, all right? Anyway, well, that was your guys' reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. If this brought you any kind of value, please do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and like, share, and subscribe. And I hopefully will be reading for you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, pile 4, I forgot to pull you one more oracle card, okay? I don't want to forget this for you. All right, I just pulled this, okay? So we've got rose quartz, which is such a beautiful confirmation. And it's actually here, this energy is actually here too to kind of help you during this time of separation. If you have any rose quartz, maybe start carrying it around with you. If you have a tumble, or maybe you can make it into a necklace or a bracelet or something that you can keep with you at all time to remind you to make yourself the utmost priority at this point in time as you're still in separation, awaiting the possible union between you and your ex. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.